Yes, we're live.
Take me back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
LIB Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.
Jefferson,
Yes, I'm
you
here.
have to call
Lovett.
your attention.
Okay, Siriki.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're good. We're ready.
Okay. So again, greetings to everybody. Welcome to LIB Liberia Feature TV. Today is Tuesday, the 10th of March 2026. So we have Lavetta in the studio, Jefferson Houston from Care Radio, and here is Siliki Koman from Kigali. So we're gonna have Lavetta giving us current event or basically news about happenings in Liberia. From there, we'll kickstart the show. So, welcome on the show, Lavetta. So, you can just go in and give us some updates from what's going on in Liberia. And then afterward, we can kickstart the show. Thank you.
All right. Let me say good evening, good afternoon, good morning to our viewers around the world. My name is Lovecta Davis with the trending news update from Liberia. Liberia must tread carefully in the US-Iran crisis to avoid unintended consequences. On the morning of Saturday, February 28, 2026, the attention of virtually the entire world was drawn to shocking media reports that the United States and Israel has launched a massive military operation in Iran, in which the country's supreme leader and about 40 senior officials and military officers of the Islamic Republic were killed. This unprecedented joint military operation to eliminate one of the most heavily protected leaders in the world who have profound negative impacts on the global economy and destabilizing effects in the Middle East. It is in view of the foregoing that this article is intended to urge the Liberian government to tread carefully regarding the Iranian crisis, considering its profound geopolitical implications that could impact the world for the next several decades. Equally important, Liberia risks retaliatory actions from the US if the country military operation in Iran. Before any public pronouncement is made, it would be prudent to first closely engage with the United States, which is Liberia's most important bilateral partner in the world. Gabriel Williams, an experienced diplomat, has cautioned the Liberian government. A leadership deficit president's admissions highlights urgent need for change. In a stunning admission, President Joseph Boakai acknowledged at a recent cabinet meeting that his administration's investment opportunities have largely been photo ops, failing to translate into tangible benefits for Liberians. The president conceded that job creation remains a persistent problem, contradicting earlier claims of creating 70,000 jobs and is still highlighting the struggles of graduates unable to find employment. Liberia's Chief Justice Gbese reaffirms Supreme Court's stand against vocal language, rallies executive legislature to discipline offenders. Chief Justice Yami Kwekwe Gbese has reaffirmed the judiciary's firm stand against the use of vocal and profane language in public discourse, calling on the executive and legislative branches of government to discipline officials who engage in such conduct. Speaking Monday, March 9, while declaring open the March in the fifth term of the Honorable Supreme Court of Liberia at the Temple of Justice on Capitol Hill, Chief Justice Gbese said vulgarity and profanity are not positive values that the government of Liberia should preserve or tolerate. According to the Chief Justice, the use of such language, particularly on social media, demeans Liberia and its citizens while tarnishing the country's image among civilized nations. A renowned human rights lawyer, Councillor Gonglo, once amid dispute over Justice Minister GSA audit. Permanent Liberian lawyer and former Solicitor General, Councillor Tiawon C. Gonglo, has raised constitutional concerns over the Liberian Senate's decision to cite the Minister of Justice, warning that the action risks creating the impression that the legislature is placing itself above the law. In a strongly worded commentary titled, "Is the Senate Above the Law?" Gonglo argued that Liberia's constitution clearly establishes that no branch of government, including the legislature, is superior to the law. The Constitution of the Republic of Liberia places no branch of government and no official above the law, Gonglo wrote. Not even the President of the Republic is above the law. 100 million United States dollars agricultural investment fuels Liberia's economy as United States diplomat tours Liberia American portrait. The United States charged the affairs to Liberia Joseph Zaltronin on Monday, March 9, visited the Liberia American Poultry Farm in Bomi County, where he toured the rapidly expanding agricultural complex that is reshaping poultry production and employment opportunities in rural Liberia. The visit formed part of the United States Embassy's engagement in Liberia, with American Link Investments contributing to Liberia's agricultural development. During the tour, the diplomat was taken through several sections of the farm, including large-scale poultry houses that produce eggs for the local market, a growing pigeon-rearing operation, and cultivated fields, which crops such as cucumbers, lemons, and sweet peppers are grown. Front Page Africa reports on underage betting sparked Senate condemnation government action. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Public Accounts and Audit, Senator Amara Conan, has raised alarm over the growing involvement of underage children in gambling activities across Liberia, warning that the trend poses a serious threat to the country's future. Senator Conan's concerns were contained in a communication addressed to the plenary of the Liberian Senate on Thursday, March 5, 2026. According to him, while Liberia is intensifying efforts to combat drugs abuse and trafficking to safeguard the future of the younger generation, the rising participation of minors in gambling activities remains a troubling development. Bishop Brown warns ongoing demolitions could hunt Waka's legacy urges president to engage landowners to prevent chaos, mass displacement. The former president of the Liberia Council of Churches, Bishop Kotu Brown, has called on the Unity Party-led government of President Joseph Yuma Boakai to desist from threatening the livelihoods of ordinary Liberians by demolishing their homes and businesses in Monrovia and other parts of the country. Bishop Brown is the founder and senior pastor of the New Water in the Desert Apostolic Pentecostal Church located in Broadville City outside Monrovia. Amid increasing hardship and sufferings amongst Liberians, the government, backed by armed security officers, have embarked on the demolition of thousands of homes and businesses in Monrovia and other parts adjacent. Guinea soldiers allegedly crossed into Liberia, removed flag and seized equipment despite ministers' intervention. Residents of Lofa County have raised alarm over what they describe as an incursion by armed Guinean soldiers into Liberia territory along the Liberia-Guinea border, sparking tension in communities in Vaon and Voya districts. Local officials and residents say the soldier crossed into Liberian territory and laid come to portions of land long used by Liberians for farming, commerce, and infrastructural development. The latest incident reportedly began on March 2, 2026, when workers from BK Enterprise, a company contracted to carry out the Foya Vaon Road and street pavement project, were confronted by armed soldiers at the Solumba border crossing. And okay, those were the latest updates from Liberia.
Thank you so much, Lavetta. That was so, some interesting update that you shared with us from Liberia. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your contribution, especially giving us some daily updates about what's happening back home. Having said that, I want to say thank you for that part of the show that you just, you know, contributed on to informing the audience both on the radio and on the Facebook Live. So, Jefferson, do you have anything to share too from back home that you can comment? And afterwards, we'll go into the show. Today, I'll be here with Brother Anthony Gay, but he's currently at work. Maybe he's going to join us later on. But we'll be on. Okay, no problem. No problem. Thank you. Yeah. So, Jefferson, if you have anything to share, you can just come in. Just current event. I know Lavetta already gave us some update on what's going on in Liberia. So, from your own perspective, uh, how is the day going on with you? And what's trending? What's trending from the end?
Well, basically, it's a wonderful evening here in Liberia. It has been a wonderful day. Just like I said yesterday, Lavetta has already commented on that. The land issue in Liberia is getting tense with now our neighbors encroaching on Liberian territories. The Guinean army, the videos all circulating on social media now. That in fact, well, I'm seeing a video now coming in. Guinean soldiers finally takes down their flag on the Liberian soil due to increased public resistance from Liberian residents in Foya, Lofa County. And the video circulating is on the social media now. You can see it's on closing arguments page. You can see the flags have been taken down with Liberians all there, and the Guineans are in Kino trying to cross and go back. The Guinean army, they're trying to go back to Guinea. across the river there in Foya. So that's the latest video circulating on social media currently on Closing Arguments page. Uh, Yesterday, the Ministry of Commerce, after President Boakai, you know, engaged the Ministry of Commerce and in fact frowned at the ministry that, well, there are too many things you're not doing. So you need to get to work. And so she started her operations yesterday. But unfortunately, what we've gathered so far, I think the minister is in error with what she's doing now, because yesterday there are some stores right here in a cold storage right beneath us here, Kia Radio. We saw her closing those stores yesterday, those fuller shops. In fact, yesterday, why? According to her, the rice the guys are actually selling the rice because we have bought rice from them $14.50. So yesterday when she came, the rice was in fact $14.50. But then, according to her, they got to her $15. But then the man has said that he has a camera there. So in fact, he wanted to play the video to her that, oh, but I told you $14.50. And she said she doesn't want to listen or watch the video. So she had to pull power logs to it. And they went to the ministry the whole of today. But then they said, well, the minister is in meeting and there's nothing they could do. They could not see her. She could not even come out to them to say anything. So that is what is happening. Liberians are gearing up. Meaning tomorrow, we saw some of the cemeteries across the city, and its environs in the Broadview area. People all family members have already gone there. So some of those cemeteries to clean up and make the cemetery, give you a facelift. So Liberians are gearing up for tomorrow to go and pay respect to their fallen family members as well. A couple of other issues along the way.
That's interesting, Jefferson, especially with the news that is coming from Lofa County, and with the Guinean soldiers. It's very, very concerning, But I just came across a statement that the government of Liberia just released from the Ministry of Information. I don't know if you have access to that press release. It was just a few minutes ago. Now it's circulating on the internet. So maybe we can read out to the audience. Ministry of Information press release: Government of Liberia urge calm as diplomatic efforts continue over Liberia Guinea border situation. Capitol Hill, Monrovia, Tuesday, March 10, 2026. The government assures all citizens and residents that it has taken seize of the situations unfolding along the Liberia-Guinea border and is actively engaged in the matter through established diplomatic channel. This effort is to ensure that tension along the border are addressed peacefully and in the spirit of good neighborliness that has long characterized relations between the two sisterly nations. The Liberian government is working in close coordination with the relevant national and local institutions who are also in contact with their Guinean counterparts to prevent any escalations, and institutions who are also in contact with their Guinea any escalations to promote dialogue and aim at resolving any concerns arising along the border. As part of these efforts, His Excellency President Joseph Boakai Sr. has over the past few days dispatched a high-level inter-ministerial delegation to the border with Guinea comprising of the ministers of defense, local government, foreign affairs and justice minister. The discussions focus on addressing the current situation at the border, strengthening cooperation between local authorities on both sides, and ensuring that the peace and stability are maintained for both sides. for the benefit of citizens residing in border communities. The government of Liberia remains committed to resolving all matters through peaceful dialogue and diplomacy, consistent with Liberia's long-standing foreign policy for maintaining friendly relations with its neighbors in the region. Meanwhile, the government urged citizens, particularly those in border community, to remain law-abiding and to rely only on verified information from official government sources. The public is also encouraged to avoid spreading unverified reports that may create unnecessary fear or misunderstanding. The government assures the Liberian people that it will continue to keep the public informed as engagement with the Guinean authorities progress. So this is a statement from Jeremy Pia, who is the spokesperson for the government of Liberia in regards to the situation in Lofa County with the Guinean authority. So I hope all of us that are following this matter, this situation in Guinea or Lofa, we can all contribute in a positive ways by sending a good message so that this thing don't escalate as the ministry as the government just stated in the release that they've already dispatched a team comprises of the defense ministry, the justice ministry, and that of the foreign affairs to go and meet with some local authorities with the Guinean counterparts around the border side there to see how they can be able to resolve this issue. It's a serious concern. Since yesterday, some Guinean soldier crossed over to Liberia, specifically in Foya Lofa County, to claim a portion of land. Surprisingly, this afternoon, we saw a Guinean flag hosted on Liberian soil, and the residents there, they put themselves together to also plant a Liberian flag right around that same location. So it was kind of escalating, but now that everyone continued to ask for the government input, and glad that the government okay, sorry for that breakdown, folks. Sorry. So now that the government, they've already, issued a statement, I hope all of us can look up to the government so that they play that role. They've already assured us that they're doing everything they can to take seize of the matter, and I hope that is going to be it. So yes, folks, let's okay. So we're going to continue the show just as I mentioned to all of you today, folks. Uh, Brother Anthony K will be joining us maybe later on as we carry on the show. So we have severe of discussions today. We're going to be talking about ranging from national issues. So let's talk about this stuff. As you all might be aware, there's a current crisis in the Middle East between the U.S., Israel, and Iran, and they've been, I think, for the past 2 weeks, they've been having some issues there in the Middle East, with other countries in the Middle East that have been affected, like Saudi Arabia, and the rest of it. So that issue is causing uh, countries like Liberia some problem when it comes to oil. So the LPRC, when that war first started, the LPRC boss Amos Tuer came up. I think they had a press conference. At first, they had an executive meeting, and that executive meeting, they discussed that gas price wasn't going to go up. So at the end of the day, after a few days, the leadership from the LPRC, they had to issue a statement uh, increasing the price of gasoline and fuel in Liberia. So just imagine just 2 weeks. So if this war in the Middle East don't come to an end anytime soon, what that means is that we in Liberia we're going to be facing a lot of, there's going to be gas shortage, and we don't want that, because if we're going to experience that, obviously you're going to have people and business people, just as Jefferson was, highlighting about the rest seller, increasing the price and all of that. Business people, that's what they do. So when you have a shortage of gas, of fuel, obviously the few importers that are bringing gas or fuel in the country, they're going to be increasing the price. And like the fact that you're not seeing it, people will be willing to buy at any cost, because people have to move around. Especially people, the commercial drivers, and then the transportation now will start to increase. So we have to pray, and I hope the government too will be working in that regards to making sure that we don't go all the gas or fuel, so that the little increment that is just added onto the prices for gas and fuel, so that it doesn't escalate beyond that, because right now if we have a shortage of gas or fuel, it's going to be difficult, because the first thing you're going to see, those guys who sell gas on the road, they'll be increasing the price. And it will even be difficult for most of them to see the gas. So when it's difficult for them, then that means we're in trouble. By the time you will see long line to the different gas stations and all of that. And I hope we don't want that, because we've seen it before. It's not good. It's going to affect everybody. Initially, the LPRC folks, they came up, they assured the population that, look, there was going to be no increment in you know in the gasoline price. But surprisingly, after 3 days, we saw a release coming up. They added some percentage on the price of gasoline and fuel. So let's keep our finger crossed, because that war in the Middle East is a result of this. Let's be fair, because Liberia, we don't produce, we don't have our own gas. All the gasoline that comes into Liberia or fuel is being imported, right? So, and most of it comes from the Middle East, to where that crisis is actually, it's a global thing. By the way, even Guinea, I saw a couple of people in Guinea too. They were standing on long line. Guinea right now they're experiencing shortage. So it's not like they have an increment, right? But for them, they can't even see the gas right now as we speak. So for them, when you see that gas station, there's a very long line. People standing in queue to see everything got gas. But again, everything boils down to leadership. So we look up to our government, the government of Liberia, to see in that regard, so that we don't experience that in Liberia, because most of the time, whenever we are experiencing that, we experience that on the former administration, President Weah. It was not a good experience. You saw people selling 1 gallon of gas for 1,500 Liberian dollars. At some point 2,000 for 1 gallon. So that's a lot of money, and you don't want that to happen, because obviously there are people in a country who want, they always wait for a situation like this to that's the time to somebody can get a lot of money. So let's pray, but it is what it is. There's an increment currently in the price of gasoline and fuel in Liberia, due to the war that is ongoing currently in the Middle East. And just as Jefferson reported and Lovetta, the issue in Lofa between the Guinean military and that of the border communities in Lofa, specifically Fuya, is a very, very concerned issues. And I think most Liberians, we've been talking about this today on the internet. And I like the fact that Liberians, we can come together in this kind of crisis to stand in solidarity, in unison, to defend our country. That's the most important thing. But I don't know the duties. I don't know much information about that. But seeing our government issuing a statement this evening, assuring us that they are going to intervene. They've already dispatched a team, that comprises of the Ministry of Justice, Ministry of the Defense, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs to go there and meet with the Guinean counterpart to have some conversation around this situation. So at least they can be able to put this under control. So let's look up to our government. And I know you can control everybody. There's going to be people who will be gaslighting on social media, saying all kinds of negative things, thinking that they're protecting Liberia, and the other people on the other side too will be saying negative things, thinking that they are protecting Guinea and all of that. But the bottom line is we have to follow what the government of Liberia just, share with us, that we should remain calm, and also we should be a law-abiding citizen, especially people that are residing in Foya to where this incident is happening. They should be a law-abiding citizen. They should follow the law, and they should follow verified government information. So nobody will wake up and go on the internet and say things and you follow them without hearing from your government, right? So basically, it is what it is. So, folks, welcome on LIB Feature TV. I want to welcome all of you to this edition. Today is Siliki Cobain and Anthony Gay. Shortly, Anthony Gay should be joining us, and we will be going into the conversation. If okay, I just received a message from him that he will join as soon as uh, he get off at work. So let's go again to something that Jefferson brought up, about this bag of rest stuff. And again, Jefferson, can you please shed a light on this? I hear you spoke about a bag of rest situation with a businesswoman, and somebody went to ask, she was increasing the price. You know, do we have rest shortage in the country that people be increasing bag of rice price?
So the thing is, it is not that uh, this guy. In fact, like I said, uh, we have stores and fuller shops right beneath us here. So I personally have bought rice from these people here. So the rice is being sold for $14.50 all through. It has been since the price was reduced from $16 to $14.50. It has been all through. Just last week, yeah, the middle part of last week, I even bought the rice $15. I mean $14.50. But um, after the president had his cabinet meeting and then lashed at the Ministry of Commerce, in fact, the minister Madeleine Dagoze. So yesterday morning, as after the show, we saw her down with her team, and then uh, closing, the shops, putting padlocks on the shops. So my thought now was that uh, it was the sack of water, the bags of
Mhm.
rice, other goods that
Yeah.
the soft drink sacks that are outside. I thought, you know, those were the reasons they were locking the shop. So when they left, I asked the other guy. He said no. When they came to me, I asked, the rice is $14.50. So she said, why is it that, according to the guy, why is it that he did not put a price tag on the bag of rice? And the man said, no, but on these commodities, especially rice, you don't put price on it like you put like a supermarket store or other. You don't put price on it. It's just, I mean, it's fixed. So she had issues with that and ordered the shops to be locked. Then when,
Wow.
yes, so earlier this evening, there's a guy who also sell here. He sells here. Then when I came, he asked, he said, oh, but man, I need a journalist. I said, well, yesterday the people were here. You didn't call journalists. So when I started to ask him, he said, I told the lady $14.50 she passed. She and her team, they passed, they went to Mr. Barr's shop there. When they left from Mr. Barr's place, about to enter her car, then she said, you locked that man on the shop. I went to her, I said, but why? According to him. And then he said, she told him that he said $15. He said, no, I told you $14.50. In fact, to prove that, if you want evidence, I have cameras in the shop. Let's go and let me play the video for you so you can listen. She said, no, I don't have time to listen to video. I don't want to listen to your video. And they pulled locks on his shop, locks his shop. And since yesterday, they went to the ministry. The whole of today, they've been at the ministry all through. And the only thing they could get from there, the minister is in meeting. The minister is from one meeting to another. Imagine people who have their businesses, they're selling, and then you lock their shop and you told them to go to the ministry. They went to the ministry and you cannot give them ES. Tomorrow is holiday. How do you expect them? They didn't sell yesterday. They didn't do business today. They will not do business tomorrow since it's holiday, including Thursday. Tomorrow is Thursday, they might not do business because even if they go there, they will spend the entire day there running after this. But the thing is, why is it that the minister could not have just okay for the benefit that let's go and play the video, let me listen to it. Why you couldn't do it? But you said you heard the man saying $15. Man said no. So she had to. So the man said, and this is it, Sidiki. There are shops, or stores you go down Vita and Watersa. There are goods that are over there. The Lebanese people down, the Indian people over there, they just give their own prices. They give their own prices. They'll price this one. They price this one, just as they want it. The Ministry of Commerce doesn't go there. Now, when the guy reached out to according to him, he said he asked the Minister of Commerce, the Inspector General of Commerce. He said, "Well, that one is above me. I can't do because it's the minister herself who goes there to do this thing. In fact, she was the one who went there to lock your shop. So I don't know how it happened, but you can go to the ministry on Thursday. And so that's just how it, but the truth is there's no shortage of rice on the market, rice here. But I think the minister does not understand him. What I'm thinking, she does not understand how to carry on inspection. That's what I'm sensing, Sidiki.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. Even today, I saw a video similar to what you just explained, Jefferson. I saw a video. I don't know that guy. He was a journalist or whoever he was. He entered a pharmacy. I think it was an Indian guy,
Mm,
and he started, you know, talking to the guy that the guy is underpaying the Liberians that work at the pharmacy. And I
okay.
think you're accusing the guy of paying these people $80,
Mm-hmm.
and he's doing wholesale and retail selling in the pharmacy, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So the bottom line that I took from that, similar to what you share, is the fact that that guy was talking about, oh, you're not paying the Liberian people that are working for you yet. You're not paying them well. You're paying them $80, which of
Yes.
course is a border issue, right? Even
Mm-hmm.
the government is only paying Civil 7. Some Civil 7, in fact, there are reports that officers of the LDA who can go on the field to go make arrests, most of them, bulk of them are volunteers, right? So
Mm-hmm.
somebody who is a volunteer and somebody who is being paid $80, logically now, but we're not saying foreigners should come and use Liberians, but these things can be passed through strong policy, not people going to harass these people and closing down people businesses and
Yes.
all of that. And the sad thing about it is that the as they want to go, just as you explained, to go to the
Mm-hmm.
ministry, she went there and they say meeting, and I had to be pushing her
Yeah.
all, and she need to do her business. That's the sad
Mm-hmm.
part about it. But
The
that's
truth
that's the
is, the truth is,
yeah.
Sidiki, the minister is now working. That entire commerce ministry has been dead. It has been dead because I remember Josephine Davis during the CDC used to see her moving around. But this particular new minister we have in her team, including the inspector general there, they're not doing a change thing. They're not doing anything over there. They've just been there. The minister, all she's focused on is her political ambition in Grand Bassa County. She goes to Buchanan every weekend. She goes there, you know, trying to do what she can do, use the money, whatever money goes to the ministry, take it, go to Buchanan, carry on projects, do things, and because she has a political ambition in 2029, so she doesn't care. So yesterday, all these things she's doing is just a show, it's just a showmanship, it's a charade that because the president has said that, oh, you're not working, so she wants to impress President Bwaka, but she does not know how to do it. In fact, I thought she should have given the inspector general of commerce mandate to say go in the field with your team, go and inspect. But she's coming now as if to say she understands what it is to carry on inspection. She I believe that she has no understanding of, you know, carrying out inspections, because a minister, I mean, you want to carry out inspection, you should know your boundaries, you should know how to do it, but not to just come and put lags on people because you feel that, oh,
Exactly.
there are too many expired goods on the market. These people go down far town, go red light, go water side. Too many expired goods, and the Indian people too. Like this things you were saying just now. Another one happened in Mount Barkley. The other guy to they went to the store. The Indian guys are there. They underpaying $10,000. They're paying this guy from their pockets. In fact, they're paying the guys from their pockets. It will interest you to note, how can you come, and the Minister of Commerce should be looking at these things. The Minister of Labor, they should be looking at this, but they're not doing it. All they care about is just to get money, enrich themselves, and forget about the ordinary people. When the very librarian people were the ones who stood under the rain, they went in the trenches, in the mud, and to vote this government. But it seems as though the government has just turned their backs on the people, and then the appointees now too, all they do is they're there to get money for themselves and forget about the ordinary people. That is just what I'm seeing now, Sidiki.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. And again, I hope they can do something about that. But it's really really crazy. To be frank with you, Jefferson, I think we spoke about. We will move on to something else. We've talked about the
Yeah.
Lofa
Okay.
Guinea border situation, and the government issue a statement. Maybe if you have a statement, you can share it later on the page too, Jefferson. If not, I will send it to you. So let's look up to the government, and we've also, spoke about the possible increment in the prices of. In fact, there's already an increment because they put a release out in the prices of gasoline and fuel
Yes. Yeah.
due to the crisis in the Middle East. Even though when this crisis started off, the leadership at the NPA, not the NPA, but the LPRC came up and they showed the Liberian population that look, there wasn't going to be an increment because they were on top of the issues. They were having meetings. Only 3 days later, for us to come up with this increment, where the president had to warn all of them in
Yeah.
a cabinet meeting. I think you wasted that cabinet meeting, Jefferson. You
Yeah.
know that we waste time too much to take certain decisions that we should be taking, and all of that. You know, but it's again we it is what it is. But let's not get to a point. This is my concern, Jefferson. Let's not get to a point where there will be shortage of gas or gasoline or fuel rather, because if there is a shortage, few of the importers will take advantage of that and escalate the price. The government, LPRCs will never get control again because they can boss into. We remember that our own business they rely on. So if they catching it hard to get the gas or fuel, definitely they will increase the price. To even see it will high. And people need those things, right? People
Yeah.
people gotta drive. The truck drivers they need fuel to carry on our own business they're doing. So you'll see transportation increasing, commercial drivers, most of them they are using gas and all of that. But let's come here to a trending news that I'm seeing. It says Georges take the Boakai government to court. Some members of the Liberian judiciary have reportedly taken the administration of Joseph Boakai to court, highlighting tensions between the judiciary and the executive branch. The case is connected to concern within the judicial system regarding governance and administrative matters. And also, too, I saw a video circulating on the social media, Jefferson,
Mm-hmm.
regarding the opening of the court. I think it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday, where the Supreme Court joking. I don't know if it was joke. It was a joke. It was something serious. Referred to the president as the chief justice,
Mm.
and a lot of people are saying that the Supreme Court or the chief justice it should be independent. You should not be making that kind of joke, especially in that kind of forum.
Yeah.
You referring to the president as
The
Mr.
chief
Chief
justice.
Justice.
Mm.
Yeah, it shows that you're not independent.
Mm.
So a lot of people have been sharing that video, sharing their own opinion about it. But I think that whole Supreme Court or the justice system in Liberia, we have a problem, to be honest with you, Jefferson, because remember that it's the same Supreme Court who gave a ruling in the Capitol building issue, right? And 24 hours later, the president came up and said he's going to work with the side I get a quorum, contradicting what the Supreme Court had ruled on. So for the Chief Justice to refer to the president as Chief Justice, is sad. It's very, very sad. But I don't know what's your take on that. We can just chime in on that a little bit. Let's see before we move on.
Yeah.
Jefferson.
Well, just as you rightly stated, that's why you see many people don't have confidence in the judiciary, though it is a legal thing to do to always go to, to court whenever you have these issues. They do it to go there because it's not that they want to bypass the law, but it's just because they want the record to be straight. But when you see Liberians, some Liberians referring to, expressing their disappointment, dissatisfaction in the judiciary, these are some of the reasons that perhaps, the law has taken one side. The law is
Yeah.
just, on it's one-sided. Nothing will come out of it. The government will do this, and the judiciary and the executive, they're all one now. So whatever the chief justice or says, it is the president's, opinion. So, like for example, you saw what happened during the case of the former cultural ambassador Julie Andy when she
Truly
was
on the
yes, when she was insulted and abused socially by Prophet Key. Now she went to the court and filed a complaint, a lawsuit against him. What happened? They how to call his Bishop Ben Keita, Councillor Bishop Ben Keita. What did he do? He went to the court. He said, in fact, they should throw the case outside. Yeah, there's nothing. They should throw the case outside, and there was nothing, that came from the president to say, "Oh no," because if a man, an advisor, can come from the
yeah.
president's office to say, "Throw the case outside," a serious minor case like that, and then he took Prophet Key, put him in vehicle, took him to in the vice president vehicle, took him to Nimba
Nima.
campaign
Yeah.
during the by-elections. So it clearly shows that the judiciary is somehow on the side of the government. So, if referring to the president as Mr. Chief Justice, it's just another sign. One would take it as a joke, but it is another sign. It gives Liberia more, that they would doubt the judiciary now. So, but we don't trust the system anymore because if the president can be referred to as, so what kind of game they're playing? Well, that's just how it is.
It's very, very sad, Jefferson, to be frank with you. But again, recently the president, the government had a cabinet meeting, and I have some quotation here about some of the things the president was saying to the cabinet, that I wanted to share here. Maybe we can have a conversation about it. But let's look at this. This is some of the things that the president said in that meeting. He said everybody wants to travel, but these trips cost money and take time. If we do not see progress in moving the economy and creating jobs, some of these trips will not be approved. President Barker. But again, Jefferson, let's be fair here. I'm not sure any and somebody come and say, "Oh, well, you not expect any minister or cabinet minister or director to travel more than the president." But let's look at the president travel too now. Eh?
Yeah, yeah.
What's the economic benefit or the direct job creation? About the different travels the president been carrying on since 3 years now. This year is making it 3 years, and I think one of the things the president has done that lot of Liberian can still get over is the fact that you know look, Jefferson, this president served in government for 40 plus years, right? At the time he was not president. And
Certainly.
then whenever there's a conversation about his contribution, his achievement, people will say, "Oh, the man was just vice president. You were not in a position that you know people could see something tangible." and they wanted for us to give him an opportunity to actually make, especially being a higher seat, being in the presidency. But since 3 years now, Jefferson, this
Hmm.
president continue to complain about not being able to create job for the people. 3 years. You telling your cabinets that everybody won't travel, you won't travel. It seems like they're bothering, a lot of people requesting to travel.
Yeah.
But instead of them not to travel, it's costly. And which I agree with him. To travel is not free. You got to book hotel for accommodation. You got to get a flight ticket. And the pardon they can give them when they travel, right? So
Yeah.
it's very very costly. He's right, but he's also saying he's making a case that if we do not see progress, you know, in moving the economy and creating jobs, some of these trips will not be approved.
Hmm.
So the question now is, President Barker, you've been traveling. What is the economic benefit
Yeah.
or the job creation directly from your travel that you want to stop your cabinet from traveling because we are not seeing some of these benefits, and you've been doing the highest travel since you guys were elected. So I don't know what's your take on that, Javazi.
So exactly, we've had several conversations regarding the president's travels. All through, the president has extensively traveled uh, over the past years. But Liberians, sometimes when we say these things on the radio as journalists, uh, it sound, they sound offensive in their ears because they're in power and they believe that what we say here is, against the government, but it is not. The fact of the matter is that the purpose for which a president travels, I listened to the 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 press secretary Kula Fofana when President Bouaka came back, and she had a whole lot after when she was briefing the executive mansion reporters that uh, whenever a president travels, you don't expect the president to bring a bag of money or what have you. But these are the very things that they campaigned on. That
Exactly.
the former president George Weah traveled extensively. He did not bring anything to the country. Every time he goes, they just take pictures on social media. And so, if you campaigned on that, now you go, you in power, and then your president is traveling, and he comes back with nothing. And what do you? The question with Liberians, the journalists always ask at the airport is, "Mr. President, welcome back to the country. How was your trip? Uh, what should Liberians expect from this your travel? Now you back. What should we expect? They want to hear good things. It's not Liberia. The government of Liberia signed an MOU with this. We signed MOU with this one. No, Liberians want to hear. Okay, we've benefited this. Like the president and other African leaders and world leaders. They went to a summit. I remember Sierra Leone president. He came back to Sierra Leone with something good. I mean, cash. He came back with grants. But Liberia, we came back with just MOU, and it is not about MOU. The reason you're traveling is to go and lobby so that when you come back, Liberians will benefit from your travels because it is taxpayers' money you're using to travel extensively. When the president had this whole thing, Josh, you are traveling with private jets and what have you, the very private jets that were being campaigned, on, it is the same private jets now that the regime they're celebrating. That in fact,
Exactly.
it's not good for a president to sit with commercial in a commercial flight.
They're making excuses. Yeah.
Yes. And when did they realize this? So it's almost like you came to the people on the basis of lies, and you want to make the lies now into reality and make the Liberian people believe that the lies you told and the lies you live in now are the realities. So they are real lies now. You live in the truth. So I mean, there are more things that are needed to be done currently. More things needed to be done because the Liberians are depending on an experienced president. Look, Sidiki, I tell you what, I live Broville
Mhm.
in a community where we say sometimes we visit our Thai centers, we just sit down, not journalists, we just go there and we lecturing. Sometimes will raise up an argument. I'll just bring an argument or conversation up, to hear from the Liberian people what they want to say, what they will say. But Siddiqui, what you will hear them saying will, amaze you. But these are the very people who voted this government. These are the people who were in the trenches, who campaigned. And they said, well, President Bouaka has served 12 years as vice president, so he has the experience. But they're saying that, oh, but we thought our president had the experience, but now we're not seeing it. So what happened to the 12 years as vice president? What happened to the time he was minister? All those years, what happened? And they said, well, we will not go to the streets again. We're not going to protest. We'll protest November 2029. We'll protest. The ballot box is what we're going to protest. Unity Party supporters and the young people who should be, doing something, because they say there were NGOs here, companies were here, but since this government came, every time there has not been a single investment into this country. That this is a new concession agreement that have been signed. Nothing.
But that is not a lot. That is not a lot, Javon.
Yeah, it's just something that's just circulating. B Mountain here, Western Cluster, Asalameta, and that's just it. Siddiqui?
Yeah. And another thing again I wanted to bring on, maybe we can also show you a light on this, is that the president said, we didn't come here to follow somebody else's agenda. We came to set a new agenda for this country. And I think this is not helping Liberia. And when I talk about it, the setting our own agenda is basically, for example, when CDC was in power, CDC was initiating some project.
They
should not judge that because a CDC project, when the NA will be, they will the CDC. So they should come, and we can move that as a country.
No,
we can government is continuity, right? So even if CDC starts something, you NA will benefit, and the will benefit. Yeah, the country will benefit, right? So the bottom line is you are making impact in the lives of the people. Some agreement that the CDC government signed in regards to creating jobs for Liberians. You come up because when you end that, they will say that CDC, the credit will go to CDC. And Liberian people are not, we take the Liberian people for granted too much.
Yeah.
And the way we think, especially the politicians, the way they take the Liberian people, I'm not sure that's how the Liberian people are. You understand? Because if you come up, you create an opportunity where thousands of Liberians can get jobs. Just as you put it, Jefferson, look, if this government, no matter the criticism coming from the opposition bloc, if this government can at least try, not our AR number they go give us during the State of the Nation adjustment, but this government can try the possible best to provide tangible jobs. Just recently, Jefferson, see how many young Liberians graduated from the University of Liberia.
Oh yeah.
Every year you have thousands of people, thousands of young Liberians graduating right in our country. I'm not even counting those that are out of the country, right? I'm here in one every December, the university that I made, Jefferson.
Yeah.
Liberians are graduating every December. Just this December, we will be graduating too. And the sad thing about it is that just a very small percentage of people that are graduating in the diaspora will say we're going back to compete because they don't want to go back, nothing there. And the few that will get a mindset they're going back to the country, when they go there, you can see nothing different.
Nothing you can see, nothing different.
They're just passing around, sitting home, someone that they engage into business, and you ask, well, what was the reason this guy had to leave and come all the way here, pay rent, pay for insurance and all of that, and then go back home and just sit down. You ask yourself these questions. You see? Yeah, but the bottom line is that you can't say you came to set your own agenda and forget about the past agenda. No. I would know everybody come to leadership with their own agenda about your place, your vision, the legacy you want to leave behind, all of that. But at least try to finish what other people started, especially when it's in the interest of the people that you're representing. It's very, very important. So for the president to make that statement, we have to set new agenda. We are not here to follow other people's agenda. Very, very sad. You can chime in on that, Jefferson.
Yeah, and Siddiqui, I agree. You know, the other day I said it the same way. It is not about a political institution. No, you can run the country on a political party basis, on partisan basis. You run the country for the benefit of the vast majority of the Liberian people. Because whatever you do, if you started a project and you didn't complete it, the next government that will come will continue on that path. And once it continues to go that way, you will see development in the country. You see improvement in the country. You can come, Siliki, you doing you building a project, or you carry out a project, building a structure that will benefit. You say, well, uh, this is for uh, the people of Soniwi or Busekota community here, or the people of Oro, for them. Then when I go there as chairman, replacing you, that project I leave it to. I say I can go build different project for the people, which of course it is the same project. So it's not about your own agenda. Yes, you can come with your agenda, but you can blend your agenda. Look at the past one, what they were doing. You continue from there. If there are some things you need to add and change, you just add and change, and you continue on that same footings and move ahead. But for you to say, well, we're not here to dwell on uh, somebody's agenda, we here no, then it means in my mind that President Waka should have a different motive, some ulterior motive that, well, he and his administration, they just want to succeed. And they will do this and get this one. And if we continue on that path, Liberia will not progress. Will continue to, like the saying that says that you can't continue doing the same thing. Mr. Cummings always said, expect different results. Obviously, we will not expect different results. We continue to do our own thing. That this project is not for me. I did not start it because when I complete it, the people will take the glory. Then it means we just want to be doing the same thing, a replica of what the people did, and we'll get the same result, but not different results. That's just what will be happening in this country. So it is a good thing. The president, this administration will have to work for the Liberian people. Get it in mind that you're not here working for yourself. You're being employed by the Liberian people. They give you a job. The job you need to do is to deliver to them. It's not your own. So that's the president. I think it was. I want to believe the president slipped on that particular statement. He slipped that uh, he's not here to. I mean, work on people's agenda. I think he slipped on that, Siliki.
Look, Jefferson, these people know what they're doing. For me, I don't want to believe that you sleep. I know that's your opinion, Jefferson, which is fine.
Yeah.
But they know what they're doing, to be honest with you, brother. But again, we talked about this yesterday, but I wanted for us to, talk about it a little bit. Maybe we can talk about something else.
Yeah.
In the next few minutes, we can go to the call and listen to the audience that are following. This issue about the LACC Jefferson, and I think one of the key way we can be able to effect change in Liberia is not to talk about one thing today. And for me, Jefferson, I believe that members of the fourth estate will have a role to play in wherever direction we want this country to go. You speaking to me?
Go ahead, Siliki. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay, good. So I believe that members of the fourth estate will have a role to play, right? So yesterday we spoke about the LACC, the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of accused corruption cases before the LACC.
Mhm.
And personally, for me, I have been one person who've been advocating that look, the LACC should investigate and put out the findings out there. If John Brown is guilty, they should push forward to court. John Brown should get a lawyer, go to court, and have his days in court. And if the court can confirm that John Brown or XYD actually did what he was accused of, he should go to jail and refund, most especially when a corruption starts. He should refund all the money that he stole from the country, and he should go to jail. And whosoever that is. So this has been our stand when it comes to the different corruption cases that were before the LACC. So LACC recently they put up a long list of people, giving some of them clearance that based on the investigation they don't have evidence, so they can't indict these people to go to court because they obviously they don't have evidence. And among these people, Jefferson, you have different sort of people there. You have Unity Party people, you have CDC people, you have independent Liberians who are not members of any political parties, and just basically you have Liberians. But for Unity Party people, few of Unity Party supporters, to take onto Facebook or the social media, especially platforms like Punch FM, to be denigrating officials of the LACC because of that report they've put together, investigation they've conducted professionally, and say, oh, in fact, at some point, I don't know if you know Charles Robert Jefferson. He works at the NBA.
Yeah.
Charles Robert is accusing the folks at the LACC that they are just we are agent.
Mm.
That they are working for the CDC.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you have Mangill, who was accused of adding people's name on the payroll at the executive mansion when he served as the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. And Emma Glasgow from NAFIA.
Yeah, Emma Glasgow.
Exactly, the issue of clearance.
Mm-hmm.
So they took onto the internet castigating these people. And yesterday, the LACC too, they came up with a press release to clarify that in presence of Mangill had several corruption allegations against him that are before the LACC. But the clearance the issue to Mangill is the clearance that clear Mangill off from the allegation that has to do with adding people on the payroll at the executive mansion. So Mangill is clear with that.
Yeah.
No evidence. So you didn't party people fair. All the other people that they released, that they were on our list, even this guy, the current National Disaster Management
Ansu
Dole too was clear.
Yeah, he was clear.
He's
They don't have issue with that.
Of course. They didn't get issue with that.
Yeah.
But they get issue on Nathaniel Mangill because he's a sedition. I'm not a sedition. But you can and also, Jefferson, the chairperson for the Yellow Machine Committee, Brandon Samuka.
Yeah.
Do you know Brandon Samuka was convicted in court during the CDC regime?
Yeah.
Brandon Samuka won the senatorial election in Lofa. Because he was convicted, he could not take a seat.
Yeah.
So Joseph Barker brought somebody who was convicted in court and appointed him as chairman of Yellow Machine Committee. How many of you Unity Party people question President Barker for giving Brandon Samuka that position?
You see nothing with that.
You question the LACC because they clear up Mangill. And Labrador is a gullible society, Jefferson. Anybody can go on Facebook tomorrow and say Jefferson is this, Jefferson is that, without getting fat. We're not bargaining for Mangill. Personally, for me, I'm not bargaining for Mangill. But I see the LACC, people who serve in these institutions, they took an oath to do good by the country. So if they look at that and do otherwise, we leave them with a conscience. But you can't say LACC clear up Ansu Dole is good. LACC clear up other United Party people is good. But LACC clear up Mangill is not good because you think Mangill are criminal. It's not going to work. For me, I see that as being hypocritical. I don't know what's your take about that too, Jefferson.
Certainly, and Siddiqui, the thing is that the guys within the Unity Party, especially these ones who believe that, well, the only way they can survive is because their government is not giving them a job. So the only way they can survive now is to go against a person, an individual. Here's the thing: El Chapo RC, there were guys there who were on, they were taking off their jobs. They were suspended because of some alleged corrupt malpractices. So they were suspended and they had to go to the LECC to be cleared. Um, Lacra boss Sankolo, yes, Sankolo, his name. I'll try to get his name right. So he was also convicted and then, accused, and he was sent to LACC. And so he went there. He was cleared. What's his name? Kamara from LTA, from LTA, the former commissioner. So he was
Abdullah
chairperson.
Kamara.
Abdullah Kamara. He was also, accused of some financial malpractices. He was sent to LCC and he was cleared. The folks within the Unity Party did not see anything with that. But then, Alexandria Zoe and her lieutenants there, they were not seditions. They were not seditions. The guys did not know that, oh, but this lady is a sedition, what have you. But Charles Roberts now, because McGill now, the GSC, did their audit and say, oh, there was some payroll partly and what have you, some millions of dollars. Go to LCC. He went to LCC. They cleared him. Now, the lady now has become a sedition because McGill, is clear. And since McGill is a sedition, sycophancy.
Yeah.
That's been very sycophantic. You said you did. Ansu Dollar was cleared. Abdullah Kamara was cleared. You did not raise a concern that, oh, but this lady is a sedition. But because Nathaniel McGill now, who is a sedition, now being clear, then you telling the Liberian people, Alexandra Zoe, you questioning the decision of the LACC. You did not question that decision then. Where? So this kind of blind loyalty and what have you, you just close your eyes to the reality because it is not in your favor now. So it becomes the other way around. Like we said the other day, they celebrated here when Judy Andy went. These guys, they were very happy when Bushi Ben Keita said, you're throwing the case also. They celebrated Prophet Key. But today now, because Prophet Key are going against the Chief Justice, they're happy. So you see how some of us Liberians, how we behave in this country, they see the reality, they close their eyes to it, but because they feel that they are in charge, so when the right thing is done, it is wrong. When the wrong thing is done in their favor, then it becomes right. That's just how the politics, the game is being played now in Liberia City. It's just sad.
And for me, Jefferson, what I would say to you is that these people, they think they can stop you and myself from speaking our mind. That's the tactics. And the only group of people are saying like, bro, will not brag that they are master of propaganda, the Unity Party people.
Oh yeah.
And propaganda, 80%, when somebody say propaganda, 80% are lie. Or 90% are lie. Once you hear that word propaganda, it means 80 to 90% of propaganda is like a lie. I just story people put together to make it appear in the public that are true. So the fact that I bring people, we can sit and listen to these people bragging that they are the best liar, and we still listen to them. It's unfortunate, and this is actually hypocritical. Nobody, and sometimes they make you to defend people who you don't even intend of defending. All we say here is McGill should go to court. If the court or LSC clear up McGill, if you think you get another evidence, more than what the LSCC saw, you can say LSCC, I get additional evidence. You call McGill by you, because you have the evidence I brought.
Oh, Sidiki, here's the thing. LSCC will not clear anybody once they have evidence that the person cannot be cleared. So there was, they for McGill to have been, held, liable for all the crimes, it should have been proven by the government that this is what it is. All the evidence, so all the evidence that are presented, the investigations conducted, there was absolutely nothing. So it is the government are supposed to prove that, oh yeah, this is it, but that no evidence was given, nothing was proved. So you expect the LEC to keep the man there and what have you. I mean, you can't run the country like that. See, you can't run the country that way. Yeah.
And what is so interesting is that bulk of the things these guys criticized yesterday, they come to power and they do these same things.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, I think it was on Monday, you make a salient point here about the folks at the LTA, the benefit they can carry home.
Yeah.
And Papi Honane,
Yeah.
and the Papi Honane guy, he goes to different media interview, and when you ask him, you want to scrutinize him, he's there telling you, oh, I said Dylan supposed to talk. And we're talking about who determine who's supposed to talk. In the case of like, bro, who determine that? Are you supposed to determine somebody is speaking?
Yeah.
Unity Party led our country for 12 years.
Mhm.
12 years
Mm.
under Michelle. When CDC defeated UP 2017, 2018, we formed a coalition with the Unity Party
Yeah.
and hold the CDC accountable. CDC only live for 6 years. Now, when people talk about opposition unity affairs, CDC are going to, now CDC you're working with. You led the country for 12 years, where were you? And CDC led the country for 6 years. We can work with them. So these are, and they think they're so smart. They want to dictate to you on what to do politically.
Yeah.
They appear that they're smart. They know the politics of the country. And the politics they say they know is not making impact, Jefferson. We have a country. Look, just I think it was yesterday, I saw the police and the government, by the way, the government had issued a statement warning every parent not to send children below the age of 18 or 10, 11 on the street to sell.
Mm.
So yesterday I saw a video, small children arresting and putting in pickup because they're selling in the street at the hour that they're supposed to be in school. And let me share a short story with you, Jefferson. During the 2023 election, there's a town in Nima that I can't remember the name, but there's a town in Nima. Something happened there. That story stuck with me, Jefferson.
Mm.
Oh, a woman gave birth to a baby, and then the baby was just 3 days old.
Mm.
Not 3 days, but 3 weeks old baby, rather. 3 weeks old. Because of hardship, this woman was brave enough, because that part of Nima, they get a water there, they can go and fishing. From when they're fishing, they go and sell the fish, and that's what they sustaining themselves by. 3 weeks old baby, Jefferson, the woman was brave enough to take a 3 weeks old baby along with her over the water to go fishing, including 6 other people plus her, making 7. They go over that water to go fishing. What happened when that happened? The people they go under the water, my brother, including that 3 weeks old baby.
Yeah.
Including what kind of country, Jefferson, if not hardship, if not poverty, if not hopelessness, that you will look at a 3 weeks old baby and go over water, say going fishing? Because they've left with no hope. When the woman said that, who will give it to her? So she was brave enough. Up to today, as I speak, Jefferson, that baby body is yet to be found. Right in Nimba there. So these are situations that people go through in our country.
Of course.
Lack of opportunity, and we are so rich. We are so rich to be where we are. Just yesterday, Mr. Pablo was sharing a story here. That train trial at the car area there.
Yeah.
The train trial they hit a car right on a train track. One person lost their life. The other people ran in a critical condition. I will say in the video, so you can check it out. That is not normal. In other countries, Jefferson, train coming, you'll see sound. Everybody will stop. You see the sound. Everybody will stop. But the train tracks are the grass on the train tracks.
The whole track is pushing.
That's no grass on the train track. So this is the country we have. 178 years old. And you elect a president that every day he's having a cabinet meeting, he continuously admitting that he has failed in terms of providing jobs for the Liberian people.
Yeah.
You know, just yesterday again, there was a serious fire outbreak in Bokante.
Banga. Yeah, in Pong County. Banga.
Yeah, Banga,
Banga Broad Street.
the whole Bokante they not get fire service.
Nothing.
The
Nothing.
whole Bokante they not get. But we're celebrating yellow machine. You get yellow machine, but people dying.
Mhm.
You know what sort of development is that? You know, so it is what. But you can come in, Jabazin.
Yeah, so I think it's just as you're saying it, well, uh, there are too many young children you see on the streets selling. Uh, too many underage children. They're on the street selling on a daily basis. You see them. Children who supposed to be in school during school hour times, during school hours, you see them every now and then. You go Broad Street, you go Central Monrovia, you see them. They are always selling. If not cold water, they're selling or how they call plenty chips. If not plenty chips, you see them selling soft drink. And I mean, if and many a times these things happen over the past time, and we talk about this, we complain on this, and I remember that the United Party government then was like, oh, the children are too many children selling in the street, not supposed to be so, and what have you. But if you check the children are in the street selling, you feel so bad. Yeah, you feel so bad. You feel so bad. Children who supposed to be in school, they're not in school. Children who supposed to be in school at that time, they're not in school, but you see them in the market, go Waterside Market, go Douala, you see them selling plastic bags. Because when you ask these children, they tell you that, I mean, the sad stories you hear from them. Uh, my parents don't have money to send me to school. My mother is not working. My father is not working. And what have you? All these kinds of sad stories. How? Because the environment is not, I mean, the space is not there. It has not been created for them to do work, for them to get something to do. So the government cannot, again, like we said, give job to everybody. We continue to say, once the avenue is created, there are companies coming, you know, people doing piece of jobs and what have you. Then you see children going to school, because these companies, when they come, especially the concession companies, once they come and then the other family goes there to go work, they care their children, they build schools. Okay, go to the company school, right? But these things are not happening, and it becomes a serious problem in our country. The government will have to do well so that the children cannot be seen during school hour times in the streets, or in the name of they selling. Their parents don't have money and they can't go to school. That's why they're selling. So they have to do what they can do in making sure that the children get quality education, the children leave the streets and go to school, right? So, fellow Liberians, you're listening to LRB Future TV here on Kia Radio. It's a 2 hour radio program every Monday to Thursday, 7 to 9 o'clock, and then 7 to 9 p.m. And then at at on Friday, in fact, it's at 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. So yes, the government will have to do. You find the children selling in the streets, which I remember President Bouaka then he said the children are selling. We it is not good. All of you people here, you're selling in the street. You're Yana boys, you're selling. We don't want to see that. Our administration will get rid of that. But go Waterside, come right here Broad Street, go or Douala Market, see the children, the kids. You see them with plenty chips, like beer factory. You see the kids with plenty chips. You see them with soft drink, bottle of soft drink in there. The soft drink in the lip, or either the bowl, the dish pan, or they have it in something and they're selling. I mean, how can we have a country like this, when the kids should be in school, they're not in school, they say, oh, I can't go to school now, I'm selling because my parents don't have money. How would the parents get money to go to school? Because there are no jobs, no companies coming for the children, for the families to work. So it is just, I mean, so unfortunate that the Unity Party government is not doing everything to satisfy the Liberian people. Sidiki.
Yeah, I want to agree with you, Jefferson. Again, just as I told you, I saw that stuff yesterday. I was kind of feeling bad when I saw the police that were and the parents. And most of these children too, if you really look at it, Jefferson, they are not staying with their biological parents. Even though some biological parents actually send their own children on the street to go sell, but majority of them, they are maybe living with somebody, and I
Yeah.
think the way the children can contribute to them is going on the street to sell. It's very sad. You can have 11 years old, 12 years old children, instead of supporting them to go to school, you're sending them in the street to go and sell. What if something happens?
Mm,
It's
mm.
a sad situation, and I hope the government make these guardians and or parents, whatever they are, to pay some good fine for it. If possible, so you should go to jail for some time. But like, bro, we don't take anything serious. The people will just go and pay some money and they'll release them and go again and put the children back. So don't go to the place, see police people here.
Yeah.
When you go there, they arrest you, or you kind of bill. you know. And like, bro, right there, brother.
Of
But let's
course.
go to the phone line. Let's go to the phone line. I don't know if you can open the phone line for the end. We take some
Yep.
calls and hear from our people and see.
Fellow Liberians, you're listening to the program LRB Future TV right here on 95.9 Care Radio. My name is Jefferson Weir. You want to be a part of the conversation we've had, different talking points, different discussions this evening. You can call 0777 959 959 0777 959 9590 881 871 670 0881 871 670 plus 231 777 959 959. We talked about, the situation in Lofa with Guinean soldiers entering Liberian territories using the Lofa Foya, border to enter Liberia, claiming the land there. We also talk about the Commerce Ministry, the president's statement that, well, there are people undermining his government and what have you. And the president's also his statement about the coming with his own agenda. He's not working. He's not going to work. I mean, proceed with other people's agenda. All of those things as well. Couple of other issues we've been talking here: children selling in the streets. The Chief Justice referring to the president as Mr. Chief Justice as well. All of those things we're talking. Couple of other issues. You can weigh in this evening. 0777 959 959 0777 959 959 0881 871 670. The program is LRB Future TV here on Kia Radio. Let's take this person. Good evening. Your name and where you call from?
Thank you. My name is Prince Pati, and I call you my resident Robert Fia with you community.
View, let's hear you from Robert Sweet.
Thank you so much. I listened to your studio guests and including you in all of your analysis, but quickly, few things are of a contradiction to your show, and let me address them a bit quickly. When you see that the president said he came with his own agenda, every presidential aspirant has a goal and objective during their terms of campaign, and when they take over, they have that objective to be accomplished. That one. Two, when you say that the president is not following the ways or the project being undertaken by the former regime, then that becomes also a contradiction, not being fairly treated on the media to our government. Another example would be the road constructions in Liberia. When you look at the blueprint of former President Weah, his cried all these were called the Barrow Medicine, and today you see the current president of the Republic of Liberia making sure that the road connectivity is going across Liberia. And quickly, when you talk about children today being arrested of not selling in the street, let's be real. You and I know, thank God you are coming from Broadville. Who introduced women and children selling in the principal street of Monrovia? It was during the former president regime, when every woman was now packed up to red light into Gala, into Waterside, and everybody became busy. The 12 years of the Unity Party was the days that women and girls were bluffing and working with handbags in their hands and getting money from everywhere. But unfortunately, when the former regime took over, things became tough and everybody became a business personnel. So thank you so much for your show.
So I just wanted to ask you. So now that you said, well, the former regime introduced children selling to the street, what is it now that you still seeing children? So is it that since they introduced, why is it that children are still selling in the streets?
Children will continue to sell in the street until when parents are conscious, and that's where I want you to pay attention to sensitizing our people, right? Just those children you see selling in the street, like you said rightly, they are not the biological children of certain family members in
No,
this
not
country.
every one of them. I don't want to agree to that. I don't want. Not every one of them. Let's be honest. Not
But
every one of
that's
them.
what I'm saying. I said most of those children that you see selling in the street, majority of them do not live with their biological parent. That's what I'm saying.
So should they, even though they're not with their biological parents, should they sell in the street?
But that is why the government is taking measures that you should try by all means and send them to a school.
Okay.
No sound father and serial-minded mother will give birth to a child, and you say you're not able to go pay $3,500. You're not able to pay $4,000 for 10th month to send your child to school.
Why if the
in
person
this
is not
country.
working?
Say that?
Why if the parents are not working?
How are they living?
Wow. Okay. Thank you. Let's take another person. Welcome. Good evening. Oh, okay. 0777959 0777959 871-670. Let's get this person coming through. Good evening. Welcome.
My name is Ronald Taylor.
Okay.
Calling from Johnsonville.
Go ahead. Let's hear you, Ronald.
Yeah, thank you for joining me your show. Yeah, you see the what the thing for the past government during early regime, the money that was in the country, they were not the past government. So the women were getting money using it any kind of way. But for the past government, there was no money. They run around to get money. And the man, he found a way that me, I was standing here now speaking, I was working with Asna Meta. But when the government came to power, the dance started, everyone were about 850.
This government?
850.
This government?
850 human beings.
Yeah, you mean this government?
This government. 2024.
Wow.
The company say there's no money. Business going slow. So they can't keep the worker again. Our supervisor there, the dance started on.
Okay.
After we haven't get our pay, we now run to labor, go so. For me, I tell them, I say, let it have it.
Okay.
Yeah? So I'm not doing anything, and material have to eat. So what I will do, I get a small market, you go sell it around. And for me, I'm seeing it. For my dear body.
Okay, no, you don't have to swear.
They now employ that policeman, or they now born that policeman to say they will grab my child and put in car. Carry them somewhere. They will be just in the country.
All right, thank you. Let's take another person. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much. So, I'm James Timo, right from LPS community.
Welcome, James.
Okay, it's good being on your show for the very first time tonight.
Go ahead, quickly.
So, my concern is going to that which concerns the selling of children in the street. Children are selling in the street. That is very saddening to see kids that will be relaxed somewhere waiting for their food and they study and go to school selling in the street. But in my own understanding, to remove those kids from the street. It's not about running behind them, hijacking them, putting them in car. It's about trying to find the root cause of their being in the street. Whether it with their parent or with whoever parent they are. They find that they are in the street, they should not be there. The first thing, if somebody left their own children and brought up children to share in the street, it is the same, the same derived from the same hardship. Nobody who is not suffering will take somebody child to enslave them in the street. And somebody is talking, sorry, I'm not turning this into confrontation.
Go ahead.
When somebody produce something, a book or all to make clarity on it, to say that in the 12 years of the Unity Party, girls and women were traveling, taking money from everywhere. Where that person come from? So let me tell you, when you support a particular regime and they are in power, so you should just expose your own ignorance so that you are blindfolding the people. When we don't hear from University up to now, the people stay in power. You never saw children in the street. You never saw women. When they say women don't be there, do something that women abandon their children. They have to go sell to get money. Because they say don't be there, do something. And he's talking about how again the former president William Tan, he says here something the economy that you built in 12 years. Can somebody come in 6 years and zero it down? And you even come by again right after the 6 years, you can't say and you are talking about they did it. Okay, so the best thing is that for you to get children out of the streets and to create conditions whereby these people their parents will get money. He's talking about how they eat. They will send the children to school, how they eat it. So the food they eat, when the food buying the food, they will go to the pool and take the food money and send the children to school. Is that what he's making sense out of?
Okay, thank you.
I mean, there's other things to do. Let's talk about our country in a way that will be serious and be direct to the matter instead of supporting people blindly here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that is wickedness in disguise.
Thank you.
That is disgusting.
Thank you so much. Thank you. 077-959-959 08819 871-670 0881-871-670 plus 231 777-959-959. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'll come back. And see, I was talking about John Bata, where I came in Morovia 1967 when they brought me in Morovia. Lastly, we've been here about John Bata. John Bata would now see anybody that come in or say, well, they learn it for me, they play, it belong to me. But just recently, somebody from America who lived there who they died and all their grandparents, their children came, all they say, they play for their great grandfather, and they're taking everybody from there. And see another problem that coming into Liberia. We are not far away for war. There will be no war right in the city.
We pray that it will not happen.
We pray for it won't happen. But when the government continue, it can happen. Come on, water with something, it will happen. You see?
Okay.
Because God give us the freedom to do what we want to do. But when he tired, he just turn it back. Then they will come in.
Okay.
That's what going on now. You can't live someone for 70 years. Then somebody just come move you from there and say, well, it was for my father.
Okay.
Then where you been for 70 years?
Thank you. 077-959 fellow Liberians 077-959-959 077-959-959. Good evening, welcome. Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Joseph Taylor. I'm calling from Johnson Fayetteville.
Joseph
I hear you say something about a group of people.
Your line is broken. You want to change your location?
Our location?
Yeah, go ahead now.
Yeah, I said, I heard you saying something about Lufa country. I don't understand that part.
Yeah, so Guinean soldiers, they crossed the border there in Fuya and came to Liberia, claiming a parcel of land there that the land is for them.
Oh, okay. So what is the Liberian government doing about it?
That is the question we need to ask. The government has said, the situation will be put under control.
Okay. That's the point I wanted to understand. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. 077-959-959. This is LRB Future TV here on Kia Radio 95.9. And of course, Sidiki Kroma is here. My name is Jefferson. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Let's hear you. Your name and where you call from.
Yeah, I'm Thomas Kojo. I'm calling from Brazil.
Welcome, Mr. Kojo.
Yeah, there is something that's very alarming in the country that we are taking lightly. Has to do with the issue with low-fat county. This is not the first time, this is not the second time, this is not the third time. I can remember sometime last year the government had a problem in the Kunabuni district where the Guinean crossed over and took down the Liberian flag, and yes, had to go there and intervene. This is another scenario that is happening, and the government is looking at it. I say to say, they don't know what is going on. Nowadays, you see people fighting for territory, and Guinea is taking our flag down, crossing our border. People should know that it's your concern, national concern.
Okay.
And government shouldn't take it lightly and see how best to impact the life of the military, increase our salary, and have impact in the life of their dependents, and see how best that will put this under control in the country.
Okay.
Things are getting.
Thank you so much. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yeah. I'm Tom Singh.
Can you please walk away from your, please lower your radio. Yes, you say your name is?
Yeah, my name is Tom Singh. I'm calling from West State.
All right, Thompson, go ahead.
Yeah. I want to talk about children taken from children on the street.
Okay.
That's the right thing that the government is trying to do. Because you can't born a child, you say that the child must be a breadwinner for you. You should struggle for a child to live a better life. You see, it's the right thing for them to do. Because if you ask for me, I have my children, I run motorbike, but none of my children know how to. If you say, I told them you go to school, and this year for school, and I'm doing well, at least thank God for me. And also my children, they understand me. They don't go to see the go sell or what have you. See, you can't born a child that you say will be on the street selling for you all around. You have to look for money and bring it for you. Now what you born a child for? It's wrong. Let us try to post up to those things.
Okay.
Yeah, let us try to post up to it. Even my own, I rob no bad to feed my children, but I don't send them to go sell on the street. Yes.
Okay.
Send up all my children and know how to sell. I told them you're focused on the school.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
That's the right thing the government is doing.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, we're good. Your name and where you come from?
I'm fine. I'm calling from Broadway.
What's your name?
My name is Mohamed Dupe.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to know about the prison because the prison is too crowded, really.
You say the what?
I don't know what the prison is. It's in the Marble Snap prison is very crowded up.
The prison is crowded up.
Yes, it's very packed. Yes.
Okay.
I want a business to pay very them out. I don't want to bother you.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know what the government is trying to do.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Your name and where you come from?
My name is Gifty Johnson, calling from Banvi.
Welcome, Gifty.
Okay, they call a job who they mentor just now. He said he riding motorbike, paying your children school fee. So they put like send their children to say they doing bad, or they say now for the children everybody don't know. Because if you are working, making money, your children going to school, then the government kind of just are sacking people on no reason they're sacking people, and you be one of the veterans they sack you. You don't get money. You're not seeing your children to go say. You see your children to say. And your set to be selling. Most of the people are selling their children and selling. They get sent out of the house. Because the country how they put lot to us. All the things they put all they doing it. But at least they teaching us sense for 2020 now. For all to know how to vote.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good evening.
Good
evening.
Yeah, good evening.
You live. Let's hear you.
Yes, I'm here. Mohammed family calling from Lagos State.
Lagos, you want to lower your radio, please, Mohammed? Just small.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. You live.
Yes. I just want to say something on this issue that is alarming regarding in local county, where the Guinean soldier cross and come to Liberia and even go as far as taking our Liberian flag down.
Yeah.
So what is our government doing towards this kind of thing?
our president himself said previously that God is not making new land. So now the Guinean soldiers are coming out fighting for our territory. So almost like they want to claim our Liberian land. So what is the government? What is our Liberian government saying about this issue? Are they going to sit for the Guineans to own this place? Is what they are going to tell the Liberians at the end of the day? Because there's a complete advantage by even taking our flag down. There's a complete advantage.
Okay.
So if the government can sit and look at this kind of situation, that means there's no need for them to represent us as a leader in this country.
Okay.
Seriously.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much there from Robertsport City. We'll take a few more calls. 0777-959-959, 0777-959-959, 0881-871-670, 0881-871-670, plus 231-777-959-959 are the numbers you can use. Good evening.
Good evening. This is Richard Town, calling from District 3.
Welcome, Richard.
Yeah, I want to make an impact on that land issue. Our president, our former president, talked about being security for ourselves. And there's a Jamaican people now that they are leader for us. They make issue out of it. And then there's present government saying that God is not creating a new land again. So how we look at it? So we start killing each other for land because God not creating new land again. So he said we should get the land. He said you occupy someone land, you should get it because God not creating new land. And they are not doing nothing about it. Nobody saying anything. They look at it to be good. Because when we say one or something, we will take it. Any bad thing they do, we take it to be good. So we know what we're heading to.
Okay.
We pray that something bad will not happen in this country.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good evening. You know where you call from?
Yeah, Emmanuel calling from Puebla.
From Puebla, Emmanuel, welcome.
Yeah. What the people saying there, we're looking at this land based on Joseph Parker government not trying to do something about it.
You want to change your location? You're breaking in.
Okay, you get me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm trying to say that government can see the situation that the other country coming to take our property for us forcefully. We will get vexed with the paper and it will be part on his side. Joseph Parker paper, what we're talking about.
Okay. Wow, it went off. Well, Liberians are speaking. The show is interesting. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you? And my name is Marama Kamara, calling from Robertsport City.
From Robertsport City. Welcome, Marama.
Yeah, just what Mr. Famula just said, I want to come in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so this question is going to Mr. Bwaka. So, is Mr. Bwaka going to sit and watch Guinea people take our land from us without doing nothing? You see, because the Guineans have no right for crossing the border, coming to Liberia, and then saying they want to put our flag down, claiming our land, even putting stuff from the people from working there. So, I want for Mr. Joseph Bwaka to do something about this.
Okay.
We can't call ourselves Liberian, then we said, we allow people to take our land from us, especially the Guinean. So please, Bwaka, I really want for Bwaka to do something about this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. We'll take just maybe one more and then we move on. 0777-959-959. Yes, let me bring this person through. Welcome.
Yeah, hello?
You're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Fred Johnson. I'm speaking from Congo and Boulevard.
Fred Johnson from Boulevard. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm very disappointed in this government because whenever there's time for lay project, they can always deploy TSU, ERU, they can put a Fred to go project on the red. But now that kind of a huge case going on in the country, and now we're seeing no, even EFA or even ERU, but we saw lots of getting there. Putting it on the country floor is bad. We need the president attention, please.
Okay.
Yes, seriously.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
You're live. Your name and where you call from?
Yes, Maurice Ali Lume calling from District 17, Rugby City.
Welcome.
I follow the show late, so I want to know which part of Liberia this thing is happening.
It happened in Foya, Lofa County.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes, you're live.
I'm Mr. Dean calling from Benson Street.
Okay, Mr. Dean.
It's a pleasure to be on your show tonight.
Yeah.
My concern is about the Guinean that entering the Liberia. I just called Honorable Kumani Money and said, oh, no, that trying to inform him. But are we going to take it diplomatically or the way the people taking it? We need to take it diplomatically. We know Guinea is our neighboring country. We know something happened, we have to take it diplomatically. I don't expect people to be talking the way it's happening, but let's respect the government, and we know that the government is going to take a diplomatic position.
Okay.
Be that everything like this is diplomatic.
Okay.
You don't have to rush, and you know.
Chavazi, are you there?
Good evening.
Hello?
You're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Solomon Jim. I call from Supermarket.
Okay, Solomon Chief from Supermarket. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to say something important.
Go ahead.
You know, this government said they were coming as a rescue team and rescue the youth and other people. And now this time around, this government we're seeing there catching people, children around, sending them to prison for no reason for the name of drugs. Okay, you're catching the children on the street, sending them to prison, saying that drugs business. What are you doing for the children in the prison that I want to free today, tomorrow, will not go back to the same old way? You see, this government, we're not understanding anything for the government. And what we said about Lofa County there, it's just about just made fun and made something that's supposed to happen. We're standing by and we know it was.
No. You can't threaten the president on this radio. Please, you can't threaten the president on this radio. I will not take that. Yeah. Siddiqui, you've listened to the callers. But let me squeeze it. Let me do justice to this person. Your last caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. Your name and where you call from, quickly.
Hey, calling from Bofera community.
From which community?
Kakata Bofera community.
Kakata Bofera community. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just seen that. I don't know just about that. Is a president now. But now the thing that happened in Lufa County, we are saying we're not police. Because it happened the first thing, they took a flight out of 20. It's a second one that happened again. So once I mean, my father came from the Lufa County. And I area there. So he to actually got to see into it tomorrow, at least, to see into it. That everything will be possible.
Okay.
The point there.
Thank you so much. Yes, we're not taking course anymore, federal appearance. We know that there are course time, but please hold your course now. We almost have time. Siddiqui, you've listened to the callers and they've made some salient points. The land issue seems to be a paramount concern now to Liberians.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to talk about, Chavazi. Most of the callers, they responded to the land issues in Lofa County. But what I want to say to our audience is that the government already issued a statement. They are on top of this matter. They sent a delegation there. Meaning they've sent people there already to talk to the leadership in Guinea so that they can come to one understanding. So as the government mentioned in a statement, let's be law-abiding, especially people that are residing in Lofa Foya, where the incident is happening. Let's follow the government information. Let's follow what the government will say or what they will tell us to do. Let's not take laws into our own hands, and basically, I think one of the callers mentioned that Guinea and Liberia, we are neighbors.
Yeah.
We've lived together since the both countries existed. So it's just good that, this is a simple matter, I think it's going to be resolved. But the emergence of social media now
Yeah.
Everybody wants to have an opinion. You know, everybody want to have a say. You know, even if we don't have evidence, we don't have information, not evidence, but information on what is going on or not. But we just want to have a say, you know, which is good too because it kind of entertain people to sometimes. But let's be loyal about it, just as the government instructed every Liberians to be, and then look up to them because they should be the one protecting us, including our brothers and sisters that are in Fuya, you know. But yeah, it is what it is. So let's remain calm and watch the process. But you know, before you can close on Jefferson, I want to say thank you to all the callers, those that have been making some selling point in the comment section, your feedbacks. I really appreciate it. For today edition of the show, tomorrow, there's going to be another panelist, different set of panelists coming on here tomorrow to carry on the show. But for my end, Jefferson, it's almost 11 here. So I just wanted to close on. So thank you for being in studio there for the past 2 hours, you know, and taking calls. Thanks to the callers for your positive comments, your concerns. They're highly appreciated. You know, but good night from my end. Thank you to everybody. Thank you.
All right, Siddiqui, thank you so much. Thanks to you for listening as well. Plus Mayor, he was watching Honorable Dr. Marama Kamara, Asian TV Innovative Liberia. Also following says, well, Honorable Dr. Marama Kamara said, no party interest Liberia first, Liberia last, that you we won. The loudest in always the most wise. Be useful. Cummings Times 2029. Okay, James Godson for a purpose Fakba. He said Cummings Time 2029. Again, he went on to say the same discipline, skills, connections, experience, and strategies that took you from point 4 and demonstration to where you are at now, and what we believe you can do for Liberia. Cummings 2029. And of course, the comments roll. Thanks to all of you. Mohammed T Formula, he says, Alexander B. Cummings had leadership experience previously with the Coca-Cola company where he controlled millions of dollars and of course makes sure it was managed well. Of course, Innovative Liberia and of Liberia Progress, all of you, Elton S. Wallow, Benjamin T. Quimeni, Mohammed A. Sharif, and the rest of you who left your comments. Thanks to you. My name is Jefferson Weah. Until then, have yourselves a blessed day. From Monrovia Siddiqui can play the theme song. Then we wrap up right here.
Oh, unfortunately, I don't have access to the team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Yes. So
let's
just,
close up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll ask for you during the next show.
All right, folks.
Take me back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
LIB Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.